Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a 60-minute, all levels, kind of balancing and glute work class. So I am using glute bands. These are totally optional. You definitely do not have to use them. So if you don't have them, don't worry about it. You can do this whole class without it, but I'm using them to add some strength. I have a heavy one and a light one that I use. Again, if you've only got one, just use one. It doesn't matter. And if you don't have any, then you don't have any, and that is also fine. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend. And if you've got comments or feedback, please let me know in the comments section below. We are going to get started today with sun salutations at the top of the mat. So we are going to start in Tadasana. Starting at the top of your mat in Tadasana, ground down evenly through both feet. Take a nice deep inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, fold forward, generous bend in the knees. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, lengthen the spine, straighten the legs. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank pose. You can drop the knees here if you need to, engage through the legs, send energy out through the crown of the head and the heels of the feet. Think of drawing the hands towards each other, towards the toes, and the toes towards the hands. And draw the shoulders away from the ears. And take 3 more breaths here. See if you can relax your neck. Turn the chin from shoulder to shoulder without letting the face drop towards the floor. And then shift forward, lower the knees if you need to for chaturanga. Lower down halfway, hold. Press the floor away, high plank pose. Inhale, shift forward, chaturanga. And then as you exhale, press the floor away, high plank pose. 3 more like that. And then send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of cycles of breath here. Maybe pedal through the feet. And then take a generous bend in the knees, look towards the top of the mat. Step walk or float your feet to the backs of the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time step walk or float, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, back to your chaturanga. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Step walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Second chaturanga is always optional. You can add or subtract anything you want there. Step walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Step walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Step walk or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. We're going to do 3 more rounds. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Step walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Excuse me. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Step walk or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Last round. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Inhale, chair pose. Make sure you can see your toes. Draw your hip creases back. Draw your knees back over your ankles as much as you can. And draw your shoulders away from your ears. Neutral spine, take 4 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Step the right leg forward for crescent lunge. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Draw the right hip crease back. Make sure you can see your right big toe. As much of a bend in the back knee as you need to neutralize through your pelvis. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to shift forward, bring your hands to heart center, come onto your right leg, warrior 3. You can stay here or you can extend those arms out in front of you, completing your warrior 3. Keep drawing your right hip crease back and your left hip comes forward and down a little bit. Take an inhale here. We're going to step back to warrior 2 as you exhale. Inhale, cartwheel the arms open. Once again, make sure you can see your right big toe. Your front heel aligns with your back arch. And you grow nice and tall through both sides of the waist. Flip your front palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Plant the left hand. We're coming to side plank. You can stack or stagger the feet here, whatever is best for your lower back. Right hip stacks on top of left wherever you are. And both of your hip points, so those bony bits at the front of your hips, shine towards the side wall like headlights. One more breath. Option to keep that right leg floating as you take it through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Left leg steps. Set yourself up for crescent lunge. And bring yourself all the way up. Set up your alignment and then settle in for 5 more breaths. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, hands come to heart center as you shift yourself forward into warrior 3. Even off through your pelvis. Reach the arms forward if you want to. 5 breaths. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, step back, warrior 2. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the right hand down, step the left foot to meet the right, side plank pose. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, take it through your vinyasa option to keep that left leg floating. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, your vinyasa. Step the right leg forward for crescent. Inhale. As you exhale, come forward, warrior three. Inhale, extend the arms out in front of you. Exhale, step back, warrior two. Inhale to open the arms. Exhale, cartwheel the left hand down. Inhale, side plank, one breath. And then as you exhale, vinyasa. Left leg steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, warrior three. Inhale, extend the arms out in front of you. And then as you exhale, step back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the right hand down. Inhale, side plank pose. Exhale, vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to the top. We'll do that twice more to the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Right leg steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, warrior three. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, left hand plants. Inhale, side plank pose. Exhale, vinyasa. Left leg steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, side plank pose. Exhale, vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Right leg steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, warrior three. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, left hand plants. Inhale, side plank pose. Exhale, vinyasa. Left leg steps. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, warrior three. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, right hand plants. Inhale, side plank pose. Exhale, vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to the top. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Grab your band, or if you're using a few, grab a heavier band. It's going to come around your legs just above the knees. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time you're going to come up into a chair pose. Feet are about hips distance apart. You're pressing out into that band. Exhale, press to stand. Inhale, sink down into your squat. Exhale, press to stand. So I want you, when you come down, to feel enough tension on that band that it feels like your knees are pressing out into it, but you're not collapsing to the outside of your feet, and the band is not so heavy that when you come to stand, you're just letting your knees knock into each other. You're keeping your knees tracking in your line with your second and third toes. We're going to add on to this. We're going to take 3 more here. Last one.
This time we're going to come down, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to stand on your left leg, draw your right knee into your chest. You might not get it as high as you usually would. Inhale into your chair. Exhale, come to stand on the right leg, left knee to chest. Inhale to chair. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale to chair. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale to chair. We're going to do 8 more on each side, nice and slow and controlled. So just because we've got a band doesn't mean that we throw all of our alignment cues out of the window. It means that we focus on them even more because now we've added something else into the mix. One more each side. You're going to come down into your chair pose. If arms up is too much, bring those arms down in line with the shoulders. From here, you're going to take your feet a little bit wider. You're going to inhale into neutral. And then as you exhale, you're going to press your knees out. So you're going to roll a little bit to the outsides of your feet. Inhale, release. Exhale, press out. Inhale, release. Exhale, press out. Inhale, release. Exhale, press out. Inhale, release. We're going to do 8 more here. Inhale into your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale through your vinyasa. We're going to meet in a plank pose. So come into your plank pose. As always, you can drop the knees here if you need to, or come to forearms. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to step the right foot off to the right without throwing your pelvis. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left foot to the left. Inhale, center. Keep alternating here. So what I mean by don't throw your pelvis is that when I do this, I'm not dropping one side, I'm not moving all over the place. It's like I've got a tray of drinks on my lower back and I'm trying not to spill anything. The movement is coming from the leg. We do 5 more on each side. Come down into your chaturanga, back up into your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to come into a 3-legged dog. So lift that right leg up, keep the hip neutral. So toes face down, you might not come so high. Inhale, you're just going to tap the toes to the floor. Exhale, squeeze the glute lift. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, squeeze lift. Inhale, bring it down. 7 more. From here, you're going to keep your right leg lifted. Take an inhale. As you exhale, shift forward into your plank. Draw the right knee towards the nose. Inhale, single leg plank. Keep the leg hovering. Exhale, draw that right knee in towards the nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, use your hip flexors. Use your core. Draw the knee in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, send it back. 6 more. Last one. You're going to hold that knee in. You're going to take the knee down to the floor so it's underneath the hip. Kick the right foot off to the right and then open up into a modified side plank. Now, depending on how tight your band is, this may or may not work very well. My band's probably a little bit tight to do this, so we'll see how we go. Left hand can come to the sky or to your hip. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to lift the left leg up. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap it down. If your band isn't as tight as mine, you're going to get a much bigger range of movement. Don't worry about it. We're going to come back to something like this a little bit later, if I remember. We're going to do 5 more. Set that left foot down, set the left hand down, come back into your plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga, back into your plank, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, keep the hip neutral, left leg lifts. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, tap it down. 8 more. Keep the leg up there. Take an inhale. As you exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, come back into your single leg plank. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose. Inhale, single leg plank. 8 more. Draw that left knee in, set it down, kick the left leg off to the side, left hand down, right leg out to the side. Move my band up a little bit so I can do this. Right toes point, take an inhale. As you exhale, float the right leg any amount. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap it down. 8 more. Set the right toes down, set the right hand down, step back into your plank pose, and then take it through your vinyasa. Look to the top of the mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we're coming back into our chair. As you exhale, press to stand, come onto the tippy toes. Feet are at least hips distance apart. Inhale, come into your chair. Exhale, stand, tippy toes. We do 8 more of these. When you come to stand on your toes, make sure you've got even weight through the inside and the outside edge of the ball of your foot. Inhale, come into your chair pose. Depending what the space that you're in looks like, you might have to turn so that you've got a little bit of space to walk. I'm going to face the long edge of my mat. Keep your feet hip distance apart. We're going to take a little walk along the length of our mat. So what I don't want you to do is let your knees come way forward of your toes. Stay in your little squat. And I don't want your knees to collapse inwards. So my toes keep facing the long end of the mat and my knees aren't collapsing in towards each other. I keep pressing out onto that band. Slow, steady, deep breaths. We do 2 more laps of the mat. Turn back to face the long end of your mat if you move, the short edge of your mat, sorry. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa through to your plank pose. From your plank pose, we're going to take a walk into bear. So take an inhale. As you exhale, right foot steps forward, left foot steps forward. Right foot back, left foot back. Left foot forward, right foot forward, left foot back, right foot back. You're going to keep alternating just like this. Find a breath pattern that works for you. Try and pair it to a movement, but make it slow and steady and controlled. We're going to do 2 more with each side leading. Last round. Option to take a vinyasa, option to go straight to downward dog. From your downward dog, shift back into your plank pose. You're going to lower the knees down, tabletop position, knees underneath the hips. Inhale, come into a cow belly breath. Exhale, press and round. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale into your cat. One more here. Find a neutral spine and keep it. If you need to bring your forearms up onto like a little stool or something to make this more accessible for your wrists, do it. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to curl the right heel into the glute. Keep the left hip above the left knee. Inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to take a donkey kick. It's from the glute and hamstring, not the lower back. Inhale, slow tap down. Exhale, take the leg up. Inhale, take it down. We're going to take 8 more here. Try not to shift your weight all the way over to the left. Don't let the left hip drop out to the side. Keep pressing down as evenly as you can through both feet. Through both hands. You're going to hold this one at the top, 10 little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 2, 1. Keep the leg up there. As you inhale, you're going to extend the right knee. Exhale, hamstring curl, bend it in. Inhale, extend the knee. Exhale, bend it in. We've got 8 more here. Last one. Set the right knee down. Take an inhale. We're coming to the other side. As you exhale, donkey kick with the left. Inhale, tap the knee. Exhale, donkey kick. Inhale, tap the knee. 8 more. Don't forget about what the upper body is doing, so we're not just dumping into our shoulders, not just letting our face fall towards the floor. Still really active there. 5 more. Hold at the top, 10 little pulses. Hold it up. Inhale, extend the knee. Exhale to bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale to bend. 8 more. Set the left knee down. Inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, round. Tuck under the toes. Take an inhale, cow belly breath. As you exhale, lift the knees, press it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Take the feet a little bit wider than hips distance so you've got a good amount of tension on that band. Upper body is going to stay in downward dog. As you inhale, you're going to bring the knees down to hover like a bear, press out into that band. And then as you exhale, come up into a downward dog. Inhale, come down into your bear. Exhale, downward dog. If you want to make this harder, make the range of movement smaller. So don't come all the way into extension. Keep your quads under load the whole time. We're going for 8 more. The band is going to get your glutes. The bear is going to get your quads. One more. Ripple forward into your high plank pose. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to lift the right leg to hover. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left leg to hover. Inhale, set it down. Now, again, depending on how tight your band is, this may or may not feel like the band is doing a lot. It doesn't matter. The band doesn't have to be doing something all of the time. Make sure the movement is coming from your glutes and your hamstrings and not just from your lower back. You do 4 more in each leg, shoulders out of the ears. Shift forward, option to take a vinyasa or go straight back to downward dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in the knees. You're going to roll yourself all the way up the spine. Okay, we're going to take a funny version of a chair or a squat, or if you've done any sort of dance, this is what is called first position. Full caveat, I am not a dancer at all, but that is what it's called. So my heels are together, my feet are out in a V, kind of like a Pilates V if you've ever done Pilates. You're trying to keep your torso relatively upright, so it's not like a squat where you're going to send your hips way back. You're kind of dropping down as you bend the knees out, and then as you exhale, press to stand. Inhale, you're going to bend the knees, keep the heels down, exhale, press to stand. Your arms can go wherever you want. If you've got 2 bands, you could put a band around your wrists, and as you come down, your palms are facing each other. You're pressing out on the band. You're releasing pressure on the band. Inhale down, exhale up. We're going to do 8 more here. If you feel any discomfort or pressure on your knees, don't go as low. Elevate your heels a little bit or step a little wider. Two more. We're going to combine this with another move. So you're going to start with this little narrow externally rotated squat, and then you're going to step the left leg wide, come down into your goddess. It's not going to look like what it would normally look like because you've got the band. Inhale, narrow, exhale, wide. Inhale, narrow, exhale, wide. As always, find a breath pattern here that works for you. We're going to do 6 more. The most important thing here is keeping those toes and knees in the same general direction. One more. You're going to come back to that narrow position. You're going to raise up onto the toes, walk your feet a little bit closer so that your heels are still touching. They're going to stay touching. Toes are facing out, knees are facing out. As you inhale, you're going to come down into this little squat. Keep pressing the knees back into that band. And then as you exhale, keep the balance as you press to stand. Inhale, even weight through the big toe and pinky toe side of the foot. Exhale, press to stand. We'll take 8 more here, nice and slow. Two more. I'm just going to move to the other side of my mat so that I'm still in the frame. We're going to come back to the heels down. Pilates V. Inhale, come into your narrow squat. Step it wide. Come into your modified goddess. Narrow squat. Modified goddess. 8 more. So your spine is staying relatively upright here. Your hips go back a little bit, but not as far back as you would in a normal squat. Last one. You're going to come back to that narrow V, heels together. Come up onto your toes. Walk your feet a little bit closer together. You're going to come down halfway. Make sure you're not feeling any pain in your knees. So I want you to be low enough that you're working, but not so low that you feel pain. You're going to hold here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to press the knees out like you're trying to come into Baddha Konasana. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, press out. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, press out. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, press out. Inhale to neutral. 6 more. Come all the way up onto the toes. Lower the heels down. Come back to the top of your mat. You're going to take that band off. You're going to grab a drink. If you have a lighter band, you're going to use a lighter band just for a range of movement. If you have a heavier band that's got a big range of movement in it, then by all means, keep it on. Inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Sorry, the band is above the knees again. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Bring it through your vinyasa. The right leg is going to step. We're coming back into our crescent lunge. With that band, you might have to make it a smaller crescent lunge, and that's okay. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, we're coming all the way to stand on the right leg. Bring the left knee into the chest. Inhale, bring it back into your lunge. Exhale, ground down through that right foot. Come to stand. Inhale into your lunge. We've got 8 more. It's nice and slow and controlled. You're not letting that right hip drop out to the side. You're not doing weird twisty bendy things with your torso. I would rather that you did 3 really good slow ones than a billion really shitty ones, because you're not going to achieve anything. 5 more. Come to standing on that right leg, hands to heart center. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to hinge yourself all the way forward into warrior 3. You could keep your hands here or extend them out in front of you. As you inhale, your hip is in neutral. Tap the left toes to the floor. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, tap. Exhale, warrior three. We've got 8 more. Come back to your warrior three. You're going to start to pivot open towards a half moon pose. Again, if your band is too heavy, you can just slide it up towards your hips, or you can quit it altogether. That's fine. This is going to be a little bit of a funky feeling move. Just play with it and see how you go. As you inhale, the inside edge of that left leg is going to come down towards the right heel. It probably won't touch it. It's just coming down a bit. And then exhale, you're going to lift it back up. Inhale, you bring that left leg down. Maybe it just gets to neutral. I can't go very far in this direction. Exhale, bring it back up. Woo! We're challenging our balance. You've got 8 more of these. This does not have to be a big range of movement. If you want to make this harder, you start to float that right hand off. Whoop. Nope, we don't. You're going to come back through your warrior three. Take an inhale. As you exhale, step back, crescent lunge. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, left hand will plant. Inhale, step into your side plank pose. As you exhale, you're going to lift the top leg. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, lift the top leg. Inhale, set it down. 8 more here. Come into your high plank pose. Listen. Bring the left knee underneath the left hip. Kick the left leg off to the side and transition back into that modified side plank. Right hip stacks on top of left. Left hand is down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift the right leg. With the lighter band, you should be able to get higher. Inhale, tap down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap down. 8 more. You're going to hold it up there, 10 little pulses. Set that right foot down, step yourself back into your plank pose. Take it through a vinyasa or go straight to downward dog. Left leg steps all the way to the top of the mat. Come up into your crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, come to stand on the left leg, right knee to chest. Inhale into your crescent. Exhale, right knee to chest. You're going to take 8 more here. Come all the way to standing on that right leg. Hands to heart center. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hinge forward, warrior three. Hands come wherever is best for you. As you inhale, tap the right toes to the floor. Exhale, pick them up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, pick it up. 8 more. From here, come back to your warrior three. You're going to start to open yourself out into a half moon pose. Again, this is probably going to be quite a small range of movement on the down. As you inhale, you're going to lower that right leg down a little bit, and then exhale, pick it up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, pick it up. So when you bring that right leg down, I don't want you to rotate your hips down towards the ground. So that's why it's going to be a really small range of movement. You're not going to get much past the midline. 6 more. Come back through center. Warrior 3. Step it back into your crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, right hand plants. Inhale, step back into your side plank. On your next exhale, left leg lifts. Inhale, set it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale, set it down. 8 more. Come back to your plank pose. Step that right knee forward so it's underneath the hip. Kick the right foot off to the right. Left leg comes long. Modified side plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, lift that left leg up. Inhale, bring it down. Pelvis stays neutral. Exhale, lift. Inhale it down. 8 more. Hold it at the top. 10 little pulses for 10. Set the left foot down, left hand down, bring it back to plank, vinyasa, or straight to downward dog. Look towards the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. We've got one more little standing sequence. You're going to shimmy that band down, first of all, so that it's underneath, first of all, so it's around your ankles. Walk your feet wide enough that you've got tension on the band. Take an inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, you're going to come back up into your chair pose. I'm just going to switch to a slightly heavier band. You stay wherever is best for you. We're going to come back into those little side walks, except now the band is around our ankles. It's going to feel a little bit different. So you're going to step wide, step in, step wide, step in. They're not going to be really big steps, and that's okay. Your feet are probably going to be a little bit wider than they normally would be in your chair pose. And again, that is okay. I feel like sometimes in yoga we get really picky and really anal about where everything should and should not be, but the body is made to move in many, many different ways, and there are certain alignment points that are really important because you could hurt yourself, or certain alignment points that are just going to make you, stronger and have better control. But then there are other things where it's important to explore different ranges of movement and different positions without being quote unquote perfect. We are regrettably going to do one more lap. If you're wondering if my legs are on fire, the answer is yes. Slow, steady breaths. Nearly there. My band. Woo! And come all the way up to standing. From here, you're going to stagger your feet. So your right foot is going to come behind you. Your left foot is not going to move. First of all, your right toes are going to face forward. Don't dump into your lower back. Nice neutral spine. Hands can come to the heart. Take an inhale. As you exhale, that right leg is going to come behind you. You're going to come forward a little bit through the torso, but it's almost like you're coming into a warrior three, but the band is stopping you. Inhale, release. Exhale, glute and ham. Inhale, release. You're going to feel this a lot on your working leg as well. On your standing leg as well. Both of your legs are working. You've got 6 more. Because my leg is gonna give out on me. We're gonna go to the other side before we change it up. Even off through your pelvis, come forward a little bit through the torso, toes face forward. Exhale, lift that left leg behind you. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, little lift. Inhale, bring it down. So the range of movement is really, really small here, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be big to be effective. Got 6 more. Come back to stand on the left leg. This time the right toes are going to go behind you. You're going to turn the toes out to the side. So we're in external rotation, but your hips still face forward. Your femur has rotated in your hip joint. Take an inhale. As you exhale, that leg lifts behind. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale behind. Inhale, tap it down. So now you're going to feel your glute med more towards the side, like where your pockets would be. 6 more. And then we're going to switch it out. Stand on the right. The left leg comes behind. Turn those toes out. Even the hips off to the front of the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 8 more. Beautiful. One last little balance sequence. You're going to shift the band so that it's around the feet. So you're standing on the band and the band is around the top of your feet. Again, depending on the length of your band will depend on how successful this is. Hands to the hips. You're going to shift. There's 2 ways you could do this actually. You could stay upright or you can bring this into a chair pose. You're going to take an inhale wherever you are. As you exhale, your right knee is going to pull up into the chest. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, left knee is going to pull into the chest. Inhale, set it down. So chair pose, doing this, you're going to incorporate more balance and more glutes because you're lower down. Standing, you're still going to get balance, but you're going to get more hip flexor because now you're having to pull that band up from a lower point. We do 3 more on each side. This is really helpful with all those knee to chest transitions that we do. So think about every time you step through from a plank or a down dog, every time you try and do knee to chest, this is your hip flexors. You're going to keep that band around your feet. You're going to inhale, come into your chair pose. As you exhale, you're going to keep on lowering, lowering, lowering all the way down to your glutes. And you're going to, you're going to find Navasana boat pose. You can hold the hands behind the knees if you need to. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to send your right leg long. Keep pulling your left knee into your chest. Inhale, bring it back to your boat. Exhale, left leg goes long, right knee is pulling into the chest. So it's this opposition movement. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, right foot away, left knee in. Inhale, center. Exhale, right foot in, left foot away. Inhale, center. So we're working the hip flexors of that knee that is pulling towards you, and we're working the glutes of that leg that is pushing away from you, and then we're just casually holding a boat pose for funsies. You could certainly do this on your back if you wanted to. And you can play around with how low to the ground that heel goes or how high up it goes. Find what is challenging and what is working for you. We do one more on each side. Keep your boat pose. Keep the feet in the band. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're just going to pull the feet away from each other. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull apart. Inhale, release. 8 more. Again, your legs could be very straight or very bent here. And then slow release. Give your hip flexors a little bit of a break. You've got 2 options for this next one. You could do it from a boat pose or you could do it from your back. We're going to do bicycles. Your hands are going to come behind your head, or if you're up in boat and you need more balance, bring them to your heart center. Take an inhale. As you exhale, once again, that right knee is going to draw to the chest, but this time your left elbow is going to rotate towards it. Think more actually of the shoulder rotating than the elbow. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, switch, left knee pulls in, rotate to the left. Inhale through center. If you were on your back, you are coming from a tabletop and you are doing the same thing. Your torso is rotating towards the knee that is bending towards you. Both are challenging for different reasons. Find what works the best for you. Three more each side. And then bring it back to center. If you're not already, make your way down onto your back. That band is going to slide around the ankles. You could also have it closer towards your knees if you needed to. Legs up the wall. Take an inhale here. We're going to start with just the legs. As you exhale, pull the legs apart. Inhale, slow release to neutral. Exhale, pull the legs apart. Inhale, slow release to neutral. You can feel the back of your rib cage on the mat. You can feel your lower back on the mat, but you're not jamming it down. So you're actively keeping it on the ground, but you're not like jamming and not breathing. Keep breathing here. We'll do 3 more with just the legs. Last one. You could stay here. Otherwise, inhale, release. Exhale. Upper body crunches as you pull apart. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, pull down. If you want to make this harder, take the legs lower down at an angle. We've got 10 more wherever you are. Neck is relaxed. You're drawing your rib cage towards your pelvis to get that crunch. And then draw those knees in towards the chest. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice big exhale. We've got one more move. You're going to slide that band up above your knees again. You're going to come into a bridge pose. If you've had enough, you could stay here. You could stay in a restorative bridge. I'm going to give you a couple of options here. So your first option would be inhale, come down, tap the glutes. And then as you exhale, you're going to come up into a bridge, pull the knees apart. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up, pull apart. Inhale, come down. So you could keep going just like this. if you want to make this harder, we're going to change it a little bit. You're going to come into your bridge, even off through your pelvis. You're going to ground down through your right foot and float your left leg out so that your thighs are still in line. Keep your hands on your ribs and your pelvis to make sure you don't shift. As you exhale, you're going to let your left leg float out to the left. Don't shorten the left side of your waist. Don't drop the hip. Exhale, slow control to neutral. Inhale, let the hip float out, let the leg float out. Exhale, bring it back to neutral. We've just got 3 more. Don't let the right knee get pulled to the left. Set the left leg down. Float the right leg up. Take an inhale. As you exhale, without letting the left knee shift, float the right leg to the right. Inhale, slow control in. Exhale, float it out. Inhale, control it in. So if you do this well, it should be pretty hard. There's a lot going on here. You're coming to your single leg version. Everybody 2 legs down. Inhale, lower all the way down. And then exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. You can get rid of that band, kick it off to the side. You are done with it. You're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Take the arms off to capital T. And then let the legs fall over to the left. Letting that left leg be an anchor to stretch out the side of the right leg and hip. And then bring it back through center, cross right ankle over left leg, and then let the knees fall over to the right. Keep the left shoulder down. Come back to center. Keep the right ankle crossed over the left knee. You can come into reclined pigeon, or I'm going to come into a figure 4 bridge. You could take any hip opener here that felt good for you. And then when you're ready, you're just going to switch to the other side. And then slow, bring it down, draw those knees in towards the chest. Take the outside edges of the feet, happy baby pose. You can find any other positions here that felt good in your body. And when you're ready, you're going to draw those knees in towards the chest. Curl yourself into a tiny ball. Take a nice deep inhale. Big open mouth exhale. Let it all go. Find your comfortable final resting position, even if you only stay there for a few seconds. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Big open mouth exhale. As always, thank you so much for practicing with me today. Today, as you go forward, may you have clarity in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and generosity in your heart. Namaste.